Material handling. This is another important logistics function. We have already seen transportation as an important logistic function and warehousing as an important logistic function. This is the third one, material handling. Now, what is this material handling? You can see over here. It means providing the right amount of right materials in the right condition, in the right place, at the right time. So, material handling involves movement, protection, storage, and control of materials. It actually explains or it actually decides the speed of movement of goods and services within the organization, between the seller and the buyer, like that. Before any product is reaching to the end customer, it undergoes through various material handling process. And around 15 to 20% of the cost is spent of the cost of the product is spent in material handling. Though it does not add any value to the product, this activity is very important. It does not add any value to the product. It only helps in moving goods from one place to another. It helps in protecting the goods, storing the goods, and controlling the materials involved. So it actually starts from the receipt of materials. Receipt means receiving materials, then storing the materials, protecting the materials, and then moving the goods where and when required. So when we cannot just sit at one place and say that materials are there here. Materials should reach to that point for the production to happen. Materials should reach the customer so that the customer will buy it. So ये कैसे पहुंचते हैं कस्टमर तक या कैसे पहुंचते हैं मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट तक, उसके लिए we need several material handling activities. So it means providing the right amount of right materials in the right condition at the right place and at the right time. So all the activities involved over here comes under material handling. You can see over here the process or stages of material handling. It involves different steps. Okay, and the steps will vary from company to company, product to product. Like that, it will vary. These are certain common steps involved. सबसे पहले क्या होता है, materials जो आते हैं, materials are transported from the supplier to the plant. Plant here means manufacturing unit. जैसे सामान आते हैं, we have to unload the goods. सामान वहां से उतारना है, उसके बाद सामान खोलना है, अनपैक करना है, फिर चेक करना है, इंस्पेक्ट करना है. उसके बाद what to do? Unloaded goods. अभी जो goods जो हम लोग निकाले हैं, goods are now supposed to be moved to the storage area where it will be loaded into the storage area. Stack करके रखेंगे, weigh करेंगे, उसकी weight देखेंगे, count करेंगे, sort करेंगे. उसके बाद ये sorted inputs are now moved to the manufacturing location whenever required. Again same process, loading, unloading, moving, inspecting. After that semi-finished goods will be there, जो half manufacture हो गए. These goods will be moved to some other location. Then finished goods will be moving to warehouses for packing, stacking, arranging and all. And finished goods after that will be moving to the customers. Here also activities are involved, moving, loading, if required, unloading. So in each of the stages, we can see loading, unloading, packing, unpacking, inspecting, counting, sorting, weighing, stacking. Like that, so many activities are happening. So these activities are all coming under material handling function. So here we can see no value addition is happening here. It does not add value to the product, but it only increases the cost. That is why we are saying around 15 to 20% of the cost of the product is involved in material handling. Now, objectives of material handling. Why it is required? First one, increase the storage capacity of the warehouse. The material handling system should be in such a way that it will result in optimum utilization of the storage capacity of the warehouse. Like we know that warehouses are used to store the goods. Sometimes when more goods are brought in, there will not be enough or sufficient space for storing everything. So the space of the warehouse should be utilized properly and blockage should be avoided. For this, we need proper material handling system. Then reduction in the number of times product is handled. Many times The products, whichever be it raw material, semi-finished goods, or finished goods, it will be handled number of times. The more the product is handled, there are chances the more will be the risk to the product and the product can be damaged. So using material handling equipments or system, we can reduce the number of times a product is being handled. Then it also helps in developing effective working conditions for the worker. The working conditions should be safe for the workers, and for this, every time instead of making them do the work, we can depend on material handling equipments, thereby reducing the danger, any kind of potential dangers to the workers. Reduction of movement involving manual labor. Here also material handling equipments, we will see with the different material handling equipments. When we use these type of sophisticated equipments, it will help in reducing manual labor, or we can say minimize the manual labor, and more of mechanized material handling can be adopted. Then it will help in improving logistical services by providing overall function activities like during pre-production ho jaye ya fir during production ya post-production. Everywhere it will help to improve the logistical service. Then reduction of cost. The material handling equipments or the entire system will help in reducing the overall cost if it is utilized properly. So these are the objectives of material handling. Now comes the principles of material handling. So many points you can see over here. सबसे पहले आते हैं planning principle. How do we plan to set up this organization? Or how do we plan to set up this production unit? The material handling system should be set up only after analyzing the requirements of that firm. It should be made in such a way that it is actually helping to fulfill the company's objective. Only those equipments which are required should be utilized. Then standardization principle. Standardization means always the same. The equipments, the methods, the software which is being used or whatever it is should be the same, should be standardized as far as possible. It even implies the size of containers to be used, the equipments to be used. Like ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए कि at one time of production, different product is coming. After the next unit, it is giving another different batch of production. So it should not be like that. There should be standardized principle which explains that the products are of similar type. Work principle, it explains that the work, that human efforts or labor efforts should be to the minimum without sacrificing the productivity part also. Ergonomic principle. Ergonomic might be a new term for you. Ergonomics means making the workplace fit for use by the worker, or making the workplace comfortable for the worker. So ergonomics, it states that human capabilities, human limitations should be understood, and accordingly the workplace should be managed, or it should be friendly to the workers. So equipments also should be in such a way that it is usable, easily usable by the workers. Unit load principle explains that the goods should be, if possible, a maximum possible, should be stored and packed in as a single unit at a time, so that it helps in easy material handling. Instead of moving one unit, single individual units, try to pack it or store it as a one single entire unit. Space utilization principle explains that use maximum space which is available, using cubic space rather than floor space. Or we can say that depending on the size and shape of the goods, it should be stacked properly, and every usable space should be properly utilized. System principle explains about having a proper operational system. A systematic operational system should be there so that there is less congestion, less confusion, and the activities happen smoothly. That means from where the goods are coming inside, from where the goods are going outside, it should all have a smooth flow. Then automation principle, wherever possible, the material handling operation should be mechanized. This will help to improve the efficiency and also consistency of the product. Environmental principle explains about seeing that the material handling system creates less impact on the environment. It should not create much damage to the environment. Life cycle cost explains that The cost of material handling system should be analyzed and it should be favorable to the company. We have already seen around 15 to 20% expense इधर ही होते हैं. It should not be more than that, or it should not be something which is beyond the control of the company. In fact, it should be beneficial and economical for the company. So these are explains about the principles of material handling. Now there are different systems of material handling. It's very easy to understand. Manual, mechanized, semi-automated and automated. Manual material handling system is the cheapest one. Here, entire work we are depending on the workers, or we are depending on the laborers. The laborers or the workers have to carry material from one place to another. Now this method is very much time consuming, and many times the workers will have to carry large volume of goods. There are also chances of error and damage and even injuries to the workers. Then comes mechanized material handling system. Here, a wide range of equipments are used. Some part will be managed by human beings only, and some will be used by machines. Means there will be less human efforts over here. Then comes semi-automated. In semi-automated, some aspects will be completely automated and some will be mechanized. Automated means the entire system will be automated, which will not be having much human interference at all. Computerization and all, like it reduces the risk of human error. It helps to increase the productivity and also enhances the speed and accuracy of material handling. So these are the 4 different systems of material handling commonly found in organizations. The most traditional method is the manual material handling system, and this involves tremendous human effort. That is why gradually people started moving towards mechanized and then semi-automated and then automated material handling system. Then equipments used for material handling. We have commonly 2 different types of equipments used for material handling system. Very easy to understand. Fixed path and variable path. Here you can see equipments used for material handling, fixed path and variable path. Fixed path means these equipments will be moving only in a fixed direction. They start from a fixed point to another fixed point and the route cannot be changed. Example, conveyor. Conveyor belt, you might have seen in airports and all, the conveyor belts where we keep our goods for checking and then it will move. That is, it will move only in that fixed direction. Or the lift, we can say. Lift will move only in that fixed direction. We cannot change its direction. Elevators, conveyors, hoist, like that. So fixed path equipments will always move in a fixed direction. Here you can see, this is a conveyor belt, this is lift, this you can see again another equipment. These are all moving in a fixed direction. Variable path equipments can move in any directions. They don't have any restriction in the movement. Opposite of fixed path. Example, truck, automated guided vehicle, forklift truck and all. These all can be used for moving the goods from one place to another in any direction. ऐसे नहीं कि एक fixed path में ही जाएगा, वैसा नहीं है. And these are all commonly found in large production and manufacturing companies and warehouses. Now, other than these, you can see there are so many material handling equipments like conveyors, cranes जो हम लोग normally देखते हैं, hoists will be there, industrial trucks will be there, even pipelines, then robots, forklift truck. These are all examples of material handling equipments. Now, how do we select or factors affecting selection of material handling equipments? How do we select which type of equipment does a company want? First of all, frequency of material movement. Frequency means refers to the number of times materials are to be moved from one place to another. अगर frequency कम है, in the case of lower frequency, manual system can be used. That is, human beings can be used. अगर ऐसा है कि फ्रीक्वेंसी ज्यादा है, मतलब बार बार अगर सामान बाहर आगे लेके आना है, बाहर भी लेके छोड़ना है, in such cases we can go for mechanized or automated system. means if there is repeated movements. Distance of material means material movement means distance between origin and destination. डिस्टेंस कैसे होते हैं? इट डिपेंड्स. अगर बहुत बड़ा सा वेयर हाउस है, साइज ऑफ द वेयर हाउस, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस एक जगह पे होते हैं, स्टोरेज कहीं और होते हैं, लाइक दैट. इफ द डिस्टेंस इज स्मॉल और लोअर, वी कैन यूज मैनुअल मटेरियल हैंडलिंग सिस्टम. बट इफ इट इज इन द केस ऑफ हायर डिस्टेंस, मैकेनाइज्ड और ऑटोमेटेड सिस्टम शुड बी यूज्ड. देन क्वांटिटी. अगर बल्की है, if the quantity is very bulky or higher quantity, we have to depend on machines. If it is less, lower in quantity, we can use human beings. Time constraint. It refers to the time available for completing the material movement process. In short, we can say that time available for shifting material from one point to another. If the time is more, then we can use manual system. बट अगर सामान बहुत जल्दी चाहिए एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे, वी हैव ओनली वेरी लेस टाइम, देन वी हैव टू यूज मशीन्स. कॉस्ट. कॉस्ट एक्सप्लेन्स अबाउट द इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड अदर कॉस्ट ऑफ मेंटेनेंस एटसेट्रा. अगर company doesn't have much financial resources, they can go for human beings or laborers. If the organization is ready to spend more, and if they are ready to introduce sophisticated materials, then they can go for automatic or mechanized system. Engineering factors. Engineering factors means size of the warehouse, type of the warehouse and all. Sometimes the size of the warehouse will be very small. In such cases, we cannot bring in large material handling equipments. So height of the warehouse, kabhi height of the warehouse will be also small. Structural strength will be less. In such cases, we cannot bring large mechanized material handling system inside. So in such cases, we have to depend on human beings. Compliance with safety standards, very important. Here, workers or laborers' safety is of utmost importance. It is a responsibility of the employer. So selection of material handling equipments, it should be in such a way that it does not affect the workers. Warnings should be given there. Adequate safety protection, safety kits should be given to the workers. Then audio or visual warnings should be given. Guarding should be there. Emergency stoppage should be there, like that. Low maintenance cost. The cost of, again, it is not only about bringing the mechanization. We also have to think about maintaining it. So many times the maintenance cost will be very high. So again, if the cost of maintenance is also okay with the company, then only they should go for mechanization. Then after sale service. After sale service also plays a major role in selecting material handling equipment, because once if you make a product and once it is sold out, next time again if there is any complaint happening, we should be able to solve the issue with the same material handling equipment. So the after sale service is also should be equally important. Then very important thing, availability of spare parts. It should be readily available in the market, especially if sometimes we can see that companies import equipments and all from other countries. And sometimes we can find that if anything goes wrong, the spare parts may not be available in our country. Then there will not be any use of this material handling equipment. Unnecessarily, we are just investing it and we won't be even able to continue working on that. So depending on these factors, only we have to select the right material handling equipment. So this much is about material handling. Once again, I'll repeat it. First, you have to see what is the meaning of material handling. Material handling means making available the right number of materials, right time, right condition, right place. It is actually helping in moving, protecting, storing and control of the materials. And around 15 to 20% of the cost of the product is involved here, but there is no value addition. But still, this activity is utmost important. Stages, you can see in each and every stages, one or the other place, movement is happening. Goods are brought into the warehouse, goods are sent to the warehouse, so many movements are happening. So in all these stages, material handling equipments are of very much required. Objectives, principles, systems, 4 different systems, wherein manual method is a traditional method which has been in force since ages and still it is being used. Equipments used are of two types, fixed path and variable path. Then after that, factors affecting the selection of material handling equipments. Again, it all depends upon the company. If the company is very large or the warehouses are very large, if they are able to invest in the sophisticated equipments, then they can go with that. Otherwise, it is better, like depending on various factors, they have to choose the right material handling equipment. It is never a loss for the company because material handling equipments actually help to improve the quality of the service. It helps to make the goods available at the right time whenever it is required. So this much is about material handling.